So when I came into the live this morning, I thought, oh, don't be too sensitive. They're all having their own session. They're all just chatting. Just ignore it. You're being too sensitive, right? Evidently, not. As long as you agree with whatever they say, you're good with them. Can't have your own opinions around here. The fuck? I'll just remember that from now on. Not too sensitive. You know exactly what's happening. It's been going on for a while now. None of those cunty bitches care whatever. Like, you're shocked that somebody else could have a different opinion about what happened. Okay. Okay. I see. Just always agree with what everybody else thinks, and you'll be good with everybody. And don't even cunty bitches. And by the way, I call people cunty bitches when you're being a cunty bitch. Oh, here we go. I'm sure. There we are. There I am. Oh, shocked. So shocked that my live is up on YouTube. You know, go fuck yourselves. Like, nobody understands complex PTSD, by the way. None of you all. None of you give a shit. You only care about your leaders and everybody you care about, but go fuck us that are dealing with it. But okay. No problem. No problem. No problem. Wow. Let's start doing this shit more often. Fuck it. What do I have to lose? Hey, Bagel. That's no problem. I'm gonna start doing what everybody else does. Just keeping it safe. Keeping it safe. If I don't know you, you don't want to be here. Peace out. If you get blocked, don't be sensitive, because that's how we do it. You don't have anything to say? Fine. I don't even know you. Let me keep my circle a little bit tighter now. Right? There you go. Just keep it closer to the cuff. Right? Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. None of you people matter, right? That's what somebody, gave me advice tonight. Nobody matters. Nobody matters. Just a cunty bitch, right? But, I see my, well, I matter to somebody because they fucking upload my live onto YouTube. So, great. Fantastic. Because I want to. Because I feel like it. Why not? Why am I blocking you? I don't even know you. Why am I blocking you? Well, I mean, I get blocked. How's that feel? Doesn't that feel great? Start blocking everybody. I mean, does that feel great?
The Chevy Silverado EV and 478 miles of range. And covering some serious ground. Chevy trucks. Dependability comes standard.
If I don't know you,
Chevrolet. Together,
you shouldn't care. Should feel great.
As a tech reviewer, everyone expects me to give the best gifts. And now with Google's Holiday 100, I can make sure that's true. Shop the top.
Why am I blocking you? Hey, Savage, how are you doing? People are angry that if I don't know them, I'm going to block them. Okay. Oh, you have like 49 people. Oh, okay. There we go. Keeping my peace now. There we go. Hey, girl. I mean, don't be sensitive. It should feel great to be blocked by somebody and muted.
No, I'm not sitting out here in shorts. I have these
Right?
gray sweatpants on. My gray apology sweatpants.
We're going to listen to Peter Vlogs.
I have no apologies to make in my gray apology sweatpants today. Although when I was out here about a half an hour ago,
It's looking good, by the way.
I was like, oh, it's super nice today. I was like, now as I'm sitting here in this chair, I'm like, maybe I do need to go put on my boots. Maybe I need to go put on my boots, scoot and boogie, and maybe I do need to go put on something a little bit warmer. I might need to change here in a little bit. We might need to do a costume change halfway through this vlog.
Doesn't it feel good to be blocked and muted?
I just made my very first
Don't have a voice.
cup of
Just sit
coffee
here
for
and
the day.
non-participate.
Linda, I made a management decision today, okay? My plaid, well, I don't know about
Evidently,
this one,
Savage.
but my plaid,
I've
my
been drunk
tartan plaid
all day.
cup,
And I've
I
been
just
in the
found
mood since
this
10 a.m.
tartan plaid
I'm getting
underwear, these
people sending me
briefs
stuff from a
online that are so
Discord.
cute, and I'm like, I'm
Keep it to
ordering these
yourself.
for myself.
I don't need to
They
know.
come in like blue plaid and like red plaid. I'm like,
Evidently,
I'm
I'm a problem.
Anyway, I mean, I think that tartan plaid is kind of, it's not necessarily
Tartan plaid
I wouldn't
is
say
cute,
like a summer thing.
by the way.
I kind of see it more as like a punk rock thing. Is that just because my generation, we wore a lot of plaid as like punk rock? But anyway, my management decision. The Christmas, I'm going to have to go put these boots on in a second because my feet are getting a little cold. Okay.
I mean, don't
The
be
Christmas
sensitive if you get
cups
blocked.
are not going to stop.
That's how we
Christmas.
do things around here.
Neither will the Christmas coffee. The Christmas advent calendar books, oh honey, the land, they are stopping on Christmas. I am so, it's so funny how this month has gone with Nikki and I talking about these advent calendar books. Okay, let me have a sip of this coffee first of all. You know, last year...
Don't be so
Nikki and I did
sensitive.
2 advent calendar books. Okay, this year we're doing 12. We hardly ever get a chance to even talk about them because by the time that we start talking about them, usually we talk about the 25 Christmas gifts by Christopher Franklin or Franklin Christopher, because it's like the worst one. It's just so ridiculous. But some of them are so serious, there's really nothing to talk about. But it takes so long to read them. So at the beginning of the season, December 1st, we started reading them. We're like, oh my God, this is so fun. I'm so excited about it. And then about a week into it, maybe 4 or 5 days into it, we're like, this is a lot. This is a lot to read. That's when Nikki gave up Whims of the Wicked, which is the fantasy romance one, which hands down is probably one of my favorite ones. And then we both stopped reading the Boris Basic one, which is just 25 Christmas stories. And then, hey, how are you? Good to see you. You too. He's so cute. It's a dog that looks like Boo Radley. I love him. He doesn't walk him on a leash or anything. He just like stands right next to him the whole time. He's so cute. He looks like a longer Boo Radley.
Boo Radley.
So then we stopped that one.
I miss him too.
And then I think it's by Jenny Baird. It's called like A Christmas Eve Love Story. It's 12 days to Christmas. So I was going to start it like counting down the 12 days. But at that point, in all honesty, I was kind of like so burnt out on the problem with the Advent calendar books this year is like the ones that we read last year, like the Per Jacobson one, the 25 days, it's actually a pretty good thriller. Like, I don't know that I would want to read it as a thriller, but as far as like an Advent calendar thriller, it's out of all of them that I've read now, which is like 15, it's one of the best. And then we read Xmas Break by J.E. Rowning or something like that. And it was just so stupid that we got laughing about it. But we were only reading 2. So every night we would talk about them. Now when we talk about them, we're just like week 1, we're like, oh, girl, this is a lot. By week 2, we were kind of like we would save the ones we liked for best, for last. We would save the ones we liked best for last. Mm-hmm. Now we're just like, she'll text me and be like, girl, I got the books done. We're almost done with the books, girl. It's almost Christmas. We only got 5 more days. I mean, it's like these Advent calendar books have just killed us down. Like, next year I'm not doing this. No, I've already made the decision. There's another executive administrative decision. Next year I'm not doing it. We were so excited about this. I have not even listened to the Jacqueline Frost. I have to listen to that. I have to start listening to it tonight. I have not even listened to the...
I'm called loud, but I can hear my fucking neighbor downstairs and their loud TV. I'll hear it till like 4 a.m.
Jacqueline Frost Christmas book, which is the Christmas cozy mystery that I picked. And I haven't read my Christmas... I've got a lot of reading to do in the next 5 days. So I also have my Kristen Mulligan book, which I picked, which is like a novella. Nikki finished it in one day. She sat there for like 3 hours and read it. She said it was pretty good. She didn't say really one thing. She's like, I'm going to let you finish it, then we'll talk about it. And then I also have Nikki's, her thriller to listen to on Audible. So I've got 2 Christmas Audible.
He listens. He doesn't even read them.
Not done by Christmas. I'm putting the James Patterson aside.
Better than
so I can do that by Christmas. That'll be easy to do. And then the James Pattersons I'm going to pick up on the 26th and get all those done by the 1st. But anyway, so, yeah, because that'll give me like a week to get those done. I can get those done. But anyway...
A James Patterson?
Last night we were texting about it.
I guess so.
And she was like, I'm so
he doesn't work.
That's all he does. Like, I am too. Even the ones that I like, it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, here's the thing with the Advent calendar books.
I mean,
is that the majority of them...
who else likes reading? If my eyes weren't totally dry, I love reading. I do like a bigger print now. I'm not going to deny it. Oof. Oh, Woody. Thank you, Terry. Who else likes to read? Anybody? I do. Anyways, he's so funny.
Other than their like take place in December, and they have something to do with like everything counting down like a Christmas present or something. They really don't have anything Christmassy.
I like history.
Like the Per Jacobson
I'm weird.
book 25 Days, like.
But I do like
family that went to a cabin in the woods for Christmas.
Anyways.
Even.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen,
commercial. I was like,
Broadway's hit musical from Alicia Keys.
Every song, If I Ain't Got You and Paris State of Mind, is all in the show.
Meet Allie, a 17-year-old girl
well, that's what I'm
full
saying.
of
Like,
fire.
I can't read James Patterson quickly. I don't know why. I have like a mental block when it comes to him. Because I want to like.
Hell's Kitchen is all about finding yourself.
I want to capture everything about the book because
Hell's Kitchen. Playing
I
at
almost
the
have to take
Aeronaut
notes
Center,
because I
January 13th
skim
and
read it,
25th.
speed read it, and then I miss something. But yeah, I do like some James Patterson. John Grisham, no matter what I do, I get it. Oh. Why is this like so many commercials?
Even like
Okay.
the Xmas break one, which in retrospect probably wasn't as bad as
Mary
some of these
Higgins
we
Clark.
read this year, was
Yeah.
about these two estranged sisters, like their mom had died. And the one had like this glass cabin in the woods somewhere, and the other sister and her husband went to go. Why do I smell all of a sudden? I'm like, is somebody like
He's sniffing.
walking down the street? Oh, you know what? I think
Is
my new
somebody
neighbors
walking
up.
down
I
the
was like, I
street?
smell cigarette smoke.
He cracks me up.
I think my new neighbors that moved in across the corner. I think they smoke. I wonder if they're like standing out like in their driveway smoking.
He's sitting out there like
That's so
sniffing
weird.
the
I never
air.
smell cigarette smoke out here ever. Anyway, so that was about
cracks me
like
up.
these two sisters that get together for Christmas, and it actually is like, if I remember correctly, it doesn't count down like the Per Jacobson one's like every day is a countdown to Christmas.
I agree.
It's like December 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I think that one took place like in 5 days or something like that.
I agree.
But that one was even kind of pretty
It's not better.
action-packed. Either somebody is walking down the street or it's them standing over there smoking a cigarette. Because it's like I can smell it coming right over here.
I have this in like infatuation
People
with
don't really walk in this
grapefruit
neighborhood
right
and
now.
smoke cigarettes, though.
I just ate one. I want to eat a whole another one. Ugh.
This one woman, I have to tell this story. This is kind of funny.
I could drink grapefruit and
I
orange
was at the
juice
pool.
all
This was a
winter
couple
long.
years ago. So there was this family that lived down there. Well, her mom lived like neither one of them lived in. I think the mom passed away, but the mom lived like over there by one of the lakes. And then the daughter, like she bought her daughter
John
a house.
Patterson and
over
John
with me.
Grisham's like,
And
for
she
me-
lived in like down like on this street right here.
I can pay attention to one and not the other.
She lived
Maybe
there with,
one's
like,
better.
She had twins
Is a better
that were,
writer.
like in high
I don't
school,
know.
like a son and a daughter.
I take notes on the John Patterson.
And the garage
James
door
Patterson,
was
sorry.
always up. People
Whoops.
like in this neighborhood went crazy. They complained all the time. And the garage door was always up, and it was always like the mom and like 5 of her friends, and they were always like out there smoking. Like she worked in some restaurant, so like after work, like they would always come to her house. I always kind of thought it was hilarious, but anyway, my neighbors did not like it. I mean, not these, but like down there where they were like looking right at it. So like on the street, like our streets are really narrow. Like you couldn't park like on either side of the street, or somebody couldn't get down the street. So you always like all the people that park on one side of the street usually. This one going out of the neighborhood's a little bit better, but still when people park on both sides of the street, like it's really hard to get around it. So anyway, she would have like literally at night, like every night till like 3 o'clock in the morning, like 8 cars in front of her house. Well, the condos are pretty close together, so it's like people are parking in front of people.
Partier.
And they would just smoke out there and drink and stuff like that. And it wasn't
been
the
sober
kids.
for many
Like,
years, by the way.
People at first thought it was like the teenagers. It wasn't them. And it was like the mom and her friends from work that would come over there after like their shift was over, and they would like just party all
Yeah,
night long. Okay,
I agree.
That's not the funny part.
So it's not
The
just
funny
me.
part is,
I feel like
I was at the pool one
you've read
day,
one, you've
and at
read
the
them all.
pool, I was
Mary
like
Higgins
sitting
Clark,
in the pool
but
by
they're
myself,
still good
and she
reads.
was up there. I
She
think
writes
maybe-
well.
I think maybe Laura was up there with me. I feel like I was up there with somebody else.
It's probably why you speed read them.
Maybe it was Pool Crew Lady number 1. I can't remember. Maybe I was just by myself. I don't remember. This was a couple years ago. But
cracks me
anyway,
up.
there's like these big like bushes. They're like kind of like like you know those kind of like wispy grasses you see like on the beach, but they're kind of high. It was like they have those. I think maybe they got rid of them.
He's
but
in
they had
Indiana,
those
by
at
the
the
way.
time, and they were like 3 feet high. Okay. So she comes down with this friend of hers, and they come down with these like big straw. Like they, first of all, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, I don't know how much sun they were getting, but they came down. I think they were just completely like blasted drunk anyway. But they came down with these big like straw hats on and these like wraparound pool outfits. Like they were gonna make a day of it. But it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I remember thinking like, you're not gonna get any sun. It's kind of late in the day. And they had all these
Get a
bags
squirt
and stuff, and they like lathered themselves up with all this lotion. And she
made me
was like,
heartburn, too.
I think I talked about this maybe on here, because she was talking real loud on her phone, and she was talking about somebody that had died, and the last name of that person was the same last name of somebody that I know. Maybe that was a different day that happened.
Now you only need
so many
one
commercials
subscription
now.
instead of multiple AI tools. One
this
of
is
my
on
secret
YouTube, by the way.
weapons is asking Grammarly to identify
This is
gaps
how he
in
makes
my
his primary
essay.
income, by the way.
That's how you get feedback like this.
Skip it. Okay.
But anyway, she like her and her friend, like I'm like in the shallow end, and I'm like diving under the
Oh,
water,
sweet
and
read.
getting out, sitting on the stairs and whatever.
Except
like,
for
like all of a sudden I'm
the
like,
Grishams
because
and
they're at
the-
the other end of the pool, like sitting there, and I'm like, where did they go? And I like look over, and they're like
I can speed
crouching
read for
under
sure.
behind the grasses, and they're like.
But I have to
you
take
can see the
notes.
smoke, and I can see them.
So
like it's
weird.
not like it's like a tree, you know, like big like pine tree. It's like they're like crouching down there. These two women that are my age, right? And they're like crouching down there. They're like
I share books a
smoking
lot.
these cigarettes. I think I said something to them. I was like, you could, because you are
So I
not supposed to
can't,
smoke
like,
in the
take-
pool or anything like that.
Hold on, I
And I'm like,
can't-
you could, I've seen people smoke, like adults. Well, this.
I can't take notes inside the books because I share them. And I hate when somebody like dog ears a book and I'm just like, I get stuck on that dog ear. It's wild. I've learned to use a what do you call it? In a book. Oh my god, my brain. Anyways, a placard, place. What do you call those? Like a bookmarker. Jeez Louise, that took way too long for me to figure out. Bookmarked. Thank you. Good Lord.
Guy, he and his wife,
It's all the
they're not
George
married
Pop.
anymore. They got divorced. But anyway,
Which I should not be
she was the
speaking.
one that like
Sorry.
they were smoking weed at the pool. They were they were smoking weed at the pool one day. And because they were like to Alex and I,
I
they were like,
forget
I was
he's
like,
on
no, we
YouTube.
don't smoke weed. But anyway,
And this is,
because I said something to her about. She went back to the house, and she was like, "This isn't the."
By the way, he's been sober for many years. His husband is, I want to say 20 years younger than him. And they are like the cutest couple. He actually had a seizure 2, maybe 3 years ago. Maybe before 2020. Or right around that. While driving and killed somebody. Had no idea while driving. So I don't think he drives anymore. But he's been sober for years. But his name is Peter. And if you look him up on YouTube, it's Peter Vlogs. Gray hair, gray beard. Handsome man. Very handsome. And I really like him. He is a Trisha Paytas, like, diehard. And that's how I met him. And he makes a ton of money doing that. He does a vlog, and then he does, like... he calls it 2 different things during the day because he does 2 different things. But the dog that he was talking about, he had for many years. And it was hard on him because that's their babies. Anyways, okay, I'll put him back on. He's so funny. I really like him. Oh no, I went back too far. Hold on.
This is a meal. We're talking tender
fudge.
steak. We're
Hold on.
talking cheesy. We're talking dipping in a dip-sized soup. Well, get a dip of that.
Yeah,
Ciabatta dippers
well,
are back. It
I've had my
because
I had a hysterectomy at age 30.
down there. These two women that are my age, right? And they're like crouching down there.
But
like,
I've been doing a hormone
smoking these
replacement, and I do
cigarettes.
think I have complex.
I think I said something.
I don't
about,
think
like,
I have it. I know I have complex PTSD, and the past couple of days have been affecting me. I'm trying not to let it, but obviously it has. Like, I'm just a bitch. I'm very emotional. The holidays are not I'm not a fan of. But anyways, I don't even want to talk about it because it's not even my problem. Well, it is my problem, but it's not everybody else's problem for me to talk about. But anyways, we'll just
you are
listen
not
to him.
supposed to smoke in the pool or anything like that. And I'm like, you can. I've seen people smoke, like
Sorry.
adults. Well, this one guy, he and his wife, they're not married anymore. They got divorced. But anyway, she was the one that like. They were smoking weed at the pool. They're like 70, and they were smoking weed at the pool one day. And they were like to Alex and I, I was like, no, we don't smoke weed. But anyway,
I just got
I said something to her
another.
about, she went back to the house. And she
Remove
was
your
like,
background
this isn't the
noise.
Tahine woman. No, it's not hers. This is a different.
Background
Like,
noise.
I don't think they've lived in here since I started making YouTube videos. But I said
If you
something
could
about
tap,
she had like
you
all
guys,
these
just
chips
for a
and
little
stuff,
bit.
and I was like, something about I was hungry. She goes, "What are you hungry for?" I said, "I don't know. I'm hungry for like chocolate or something. We'll like go and get a candy bar after this or whatever." And she went back. They went back to get drinks and stuff like that. And she brought me like this little like plastic baggie of like miniature Snicker bars and stuff. I thought it was so nice. And then they like straight up lit this joint right by the pool. I kind of lived for it. I kind of thought it was funny. And I said, they were like, "Do you guys like, do you get high?" And we were like, "No." I was like, "I'm sober," and whatever. And they were like, "Oh, do you?" I was like, "No." We were sitting far away from them anyway. I never even liked the smell of pot when I smoked pot, but I loved to get high back in the day.
I forget he's on YouTube.
So anyway, I'll never forget. She leaned back and she goes, "Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere," or something like that. It was so funny. Then they got divorced right after that. And everybody was talking about it in the neighborhood. That was years ago.
Like I'm literally shaking right now.
But anyway, those gals that were like smoking behind. There's not a lot of that goes on in this neighborhood anymore. There's just not. But back then it was kind of funny because, like, people would like you could spot like the people that were like troublemakers in the neighborhood. Troublemakers. I don't consider that troublemakers. But anyway, it's like me. I feel like there was like maybe one other person. There must not have been. It must have just been me and the two of them, and they're like crouching down like. Does anybody remember me talking about this? I feel like I talked about it on here, but I said to them, I was like, "You can smoke. Like, I don't care."
Why does he keep saying that? I guess he
like,
forgets he's on YouTube.
Sure? And I was like, "Yeah, it's totally fine."
Orange
But
pop.
anyway, so they moved out of here though. The neighborhood was very happy when they moved out of here. She like said something like not to me, but she said something that I know nobody wants us in this neighborhood anyway, or something like that. She like went off on one of the neighbors, and they were like, "No, we don't," or something like that. But anyway, the management decision, I'm not going to be sitting out here in my plaid underwear. Well, I might have it on underneath my apology sweats, but did I already say this? I'm going to continue to use the Christmas cups and the Christmas coffee after Christmas. That's why I was talking about the advent calendar books. So as much as it's been fun, like the other day, like Nikki and I were complaining about it and text messaging. And then I think we both kind of felt bad about it because we're like, she was like, "But it's been fun." I was like, "Yeah, girl, it's been fun."
He's lying through his teeth, by the way.
With
He doesn't
Kroger's
like the
same-day
advent
pickup
book.
and delivery, you can shop the
Calendar
same
book.
in-store prices and have your groceries brought.
His best friend
She's
is
like,
named
but then she
Nikki.
goes, "But there are just other things I want to read now." And I was like, "Me too, but it's been fun." It has been fun. I mean, like, to be honest with you, like, to add 12 books, I mean, it's going to take me right over my Goodreads goal. Okay, and I'm reading
Goodreads goal. Oh, I forget he does the
Christmas
Goodreads
Course.
goal.
It's not an advent calendar book. I love that one. I want to read the whole series, and it's all Christmas themed. I think I'm going to keep on reading it on my Kindle. But then I started this short story that's by this gay guy. It's actually really well written. It's called, I just read like a page or two a night. It's called The Candyman Killer. Or, no, The Candy Cane Man.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I think it's supposed to be paranormal. I'm not to the paranormal part yet.
I love me some paranormal.
It's about this gay couple, and they're like going back to this guy's hometown, and they just fight all the time. And the one guy talks about how they were so in love when they first met, that it's been a year, and he's already living with him, and now it's like the romance is falling apart and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. But anyway, all my other books I've just kind of put on the back burner because there's just no way. It's like there's no way I can get not the Cinnamon Bun Cafe. What's the second one? The bookstore one. I put that aside. The James Patterson ones. I put everything aside. We're gonna pick those back up, but put those all. I'm kind of excited to get back to those a little bit. I mean, it's been fun. It's just been a lot. Like, honest to God, it takes me minimum, if they're short chapters, 2 hours a night to read them. It can sometimes take me up to 3 hours. I'm trying to read them throughout the day, but like last night, I didn't have time. So when we got back from dinner last night, Alex went upstairs, took the dogs out, whatever. They went upstairs with him, and he's like, "What are you doing down there?" I was like, "I'm reading the advent calendar books because I want to take a nap, but I want to finish these books first before I take a nap because I got shows I want to watch when I get up." Then I slept way too late last night, so I was going to watch. Well, then I asked him about the Knives Out movie. I've asked him like 3 times, and he said he wasn't interested. And then I asked him last night. He's like, "Yeah, I think I really do want to watch it." So we're going to either watch it tonight, or we're not going to watch it tomorrow night because his mom's having this like spirit thing. Well, it's like just a get together for Christmas. But anyway. And then tonight, Bessie and Fufu get in at 8 o'clock. So Alex was like, "Well, do you want to go over to my mom's tonight?" I was like, "We can go to the airport, if you want to. I'm down for all that." He was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, because I wanted to film videos today." And then I was like, and then I'm going to vlog early. Right now, it is currently 4:52 p.m. I was like, I'm going to vlog early. We've got Housewives to catch up on, maybe the Knives Out movie. But he was like, "Well, you would want to go over to my mom's house." I said, "Yeah, I'd love to see him. I'm totally down to like hang out tonight."
He's been with
I
his
have been out of
partner
this house
for,
almost every day.
I want to say 20 some odd years. His partner's like 20 some odd years younger. He had a seizure, killed a man in his car. So he doesn't drive. So he's kind of reliant on his husband to do certain things. He's been sober for many, many, many years. He talks about his mother being sober, the ending of her life, and he is just the sweetest guy. And again, he is a Trisha Paytas fan, and that's how I got hooked on Trisha Paytas. I'm sorry. I know I'm weird, but I love me some Trisha Paytas. I just think she's accomplished a lot over the past 5 years, and she's a sweet woman now. She's totally grown up. Anyways, go ahead.
Week. It's kind of like zapping my energy. Like, hey, how are you? Good. It's kind of zapping my energy a little bit, but it's been nice to get out of the house a lot this week.
3 kids now, can you imagine?
And we'll just go over there for a couple hours and sit around anyway. I can't wait to see
when
my
she hung out
nephew.
with
He is so
David
sweet. They just sent us
Dobrik and all
pictures of
them?
him on the plane.
Fuck that man.
And so they dress him so cute.
And
So Jesse's kind of like real like beatnik, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And they have him like in this sweatsuit. I've never heard of this brand before, but it says something kind of like hippie-ish on it. Like it's real cute. It says something about like love makes the world go round or something like that. He's like such a perfect mix of both of them. Like he looks a lot like Fufu, but he has like Jessie's like smile and like her eyes and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to see him. But anyway,
David Dobrik
I can't wait to see
can
both
go
of them.
F
Jesse and I have been
himself.
texting nonstop. Did I tell you about the sister-in-law thing? That her and Liliana were texting about how much they love each other as sister-in-laws. And I said, I want to be a sister-in-law. And then Liliana texted something about, I'm the sober sister. I can be the sober sister-in-law or something. Anyway, it's going to be a fun week. You know, honestly, like, I was thinking about this today. So I wanted to film a lot of videos today. Oh, my neighbor just got home from somewhere. I wanted to film a lot of videos today.
He has 2 different.
And in fact, like, I had videos I was going to make for all my channels. And so I started today. I told Alex, he's like, well, I'm just going to sit downstairs. And I said, okay. I was going to do a little Debbie review and all this kind of stuff. And
oh, hell yeah.
He
loves
really excited about it.
He loves some little Debbie
really
snack cake.
The last couple of days. I say that, and then I look, and I count, and it's like I filmed like 25 videos in a week or something, which I don't consider a lot, but, you know. So anyway, I had talked about how I wasn't going to do a sobriety video this year. And then I said, well, maybe I'll put up a Q&A. Well, I put up this Q&A on my Instagram, and I literally, you guys, like, I got like 500 or 600 questions. I couldn't believe it. And they were really, like, actually, I looked at the questions more after I finished the video. I had skimmed them kind of at first, but I looked at them more after I finished my video. Really, really great questions that I got. A lot of questions I'd never gotten before. A lot of questions about, like, family members, how to help family members and things like that. So I ended up doing that video. Well, that video ended up being, I think, 55 minutes. It's uploading right now. So when I got done with it, I was like, Alex is downstairs. He's catching up on all of his shows, like Kardashians, Grey's Anatomy, stuff like that. So I told him, I said, well, when I get done filming, we can watch like The Housewives. He's like, babe, take your time. I don't care. He's like, I'm watching my shows anyway. And I said, okay. So I was going to go upstairs, and I was going to do, I had this Peter Dunn stuff video I was going to do. I had this TV video.
Peter Dunn stuff. I love those.
Videos I was going to do. I was going to do like my top 10 favorite Christmas movies. I was going to do Malice, so I had all these videos I was going to do, right? And I got done, when I went back upstairs, because I was like getting stuff like on the bed, ready to make videos, and I was like, I think I'm just going to vlog and be done for the day. Like, I don't usually film on Saturdays and Sundays anyway. I might film tomorrow, something before I do my vlog. But the other thing is, tomorrow we have to be at his mom's house. I'm assuming we're not doing brunch tomorrow because we have to be at his mom's house at 4. So
they do brunch
I'll
every
probably
Sunday.
get up and vlog right away. I might film another video, whatever. But then Monday, at my hair appointment, Caroline's picking me up right after that. And then I have to do all
Caroline's
my Christmas
his
shopping
best
on
friend.
Monday. On top of, like, going to Costco, the post office, things like that.
Again,
a couple
he
people
cannot
sent me
drive.
messages that they, like, sent me things at the post office and they
He
didn't
won't
give them
drive.
to me.
He
So
could,
I'll
he
go
won't
there
take
and
the
get
risk
them
ever again.
on Monday. So I don't know what time I'm going to get home on Monday. And then Tuesday, Alex is taking me to Tanya's, and then Tanya and I are going to a meeting so that I can get my coin for my sobriety birthday.
Yeah,
So
his
I've got
sobriety
everything
birthday
done.
is the holidays. And
I'll have to leave.
let me just say, he when he had his seizure and he came off the road, he killed a man. He was actually very injured and sat in like ICU for a long time. So he won't drive again. He just won't take the risk. And it devastated him for a long time. He talked about it for almost like a year every day. It was really sad.
House, probably. I'll just start getting ready no later than like 6:15 or 6:30, which means I'm having everything done on Tuesday. I can probably film a lot of videos on Tuesday. But Wednesday's Christmas Eve, which besides Halloween is my favorite holiday. I'm not going to film a bunch of videos for Christmas Eve.
I apologize.
I wanted to pre-film videos for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. In all honesty, I think this year, now on Friday, I will be back to like filming regularly. I probably next weekend, I feel like Jesse and Fufu leave like on Friday or Saturday. But like all of our holiday stuff is done Christmas Day. Like his family doesn't do anything on Christmas Day. So all of our stuff will be done. And I think Alex is off until the following Monday. So the Monday of like New Year's,
I feel like he's
we're
a teacher.
either going over to his friend's house for New Year's Eve this year, or we're going to Carlos and Liliana's because they're doing something. Alex asked me last night, he was like, what do you want to do? I said, we can do both. I said, I would prefer to do something with your family. I mean, I love your friends, but it's going to be the same thing we always do. It's just like, you know, I would rather do something with your family. He's like, well, we can do whatever you want to do.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen, Broadway's
I forget YouTube has a lot of commercial breaks.
It's raw,
Okay.
I said, I just don't want to do, like, you know, like, I don't want to do, like, 5 things. I don't want to do something dressy downtown and all that kind of stuff. I also can't stay super late. So I was like, I told him, I said, if you want to go over to your family's house, and we can stay over there till, like, 12:30 or 1, and then if your friends are still going, you can go do that, and then I'll go home and, like, you know, take an Uber home and take care of the dogs and stuff like that. He's like, well, we'll just kind of play it by ear and see. We might end up going over to his friend's house. If it's, like, if his mom and grandma and aunt and everybody are going to be at his brother's house, then yeah, that'll be fun. If it's just going to be like, I don't know, like we're going to kind of see what it's going to be about. So that's what we're going to do for New Year's Eve. We're not, I promise you, trust me, I wish. There will be no video like, surprise, we're in Mexico. I have to tell you something funny though. Okay, so we kind of like waited too late to book the Mexico thing. And when we started looking, it was like twice as much as it usually is. Okay. And so,
if somebody just messaged
like,
me,
let me
I
just put this
apologize.
in
I
perspective
can't see
for
it.
you.
I don't
Like
have my
12
glasses
grand,
on. I'm
okay?
laying down.
And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, there's no way. So it was when I was with Caroline. So what would that have been, Wednesday? Alex texted me. And he was like, I've been checking rates to go to Unico. He was like, the place that we always go. He's like, I've been checking rates, and they opened up rooms, and it's like, this must be the day that you book things. He was like, because it's super, super cheap. The only thing that's expensive is the flights, because it's so close. And I said, okay. So I said, well, call them and see, because it was like, I think it was like the 27th through the 4th. It was like 7 days, or the 3rd, or something like that. I said, call them and make sure. Caroline and I were at Dick's Sporting Goods. I said, call them and make sure, because the rates were like half of what we usually pay. And I was like, oh my God, like this is meant to be. Like we're supposed to go to Mexico. Tanya even asked me, she said, when are you bringing the dogs in? I said, Tanya, we're not going to Mexico. I told you that. We're not going anywhere this year. I wish we were. I'm ready to be on the beach.
Yes, you are.
And so she's like, oh, I totally forgot. So anyway, so I said, I thought we are going. And I was like, I got to get some stuff while I'm in Dick's Sporting Goods, all this kind of stuff. I almost bought a swimsuit. And I was like, no, like Caroline can bring me on Monday if I need to get anything, blah, 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 whatever. And I said to Caroline, I said, I kind of feel like maybe we shouldn't use the money. We can save it. Maybe like, you know, do a longer trip for like Ultra Music Festival. And all. We haven't even bought our Ultra Music Festival tickets this year yet. We're like so behind on everything. And so Alex texted me, like, we left Dick's Sporting Goods, and, like, Caroline and I, she's like, so what day would you leave?
If you're messaging me, I don't have my glasses on, and I can't see right now.
And so she's, like, looking at her calendar and stuff like that, because Caroline's got some girls' trips coming up and whatever.
Put my
I was like, oh my God,
in,
this is so fun. I'm all right. Like, in my head, I'm already planning, like, okay, I'm going to listen to Dan Brown's new book, when I'm on the plane, all this kind of stuff. Alex, mind you, it was half of what we usually spend for the whole trip. Alex texts me back, and he's like, I was wrong with, like, that emoji. And I go, well, how much is it? And he goes, that was for 2 nights. So now it's even more than it was when we were like, no, it's way too expensive. It's even way more than that. So we're like, no. I promise you, there's not, I wish, unless Santa Claus is real good.
He calls him Santa Claus,
no
I forgot.
surprises happening. I know people are going to be like,
my
watch, they're going to be,
used to
he's going to be like, surprise. There's going to be no surprise this year. Trust me, I wish more than anybody there was going to be a surprise.
Like Sandy,
and
sanitary,
I was,
Santa
you know,
Claus.
taking my husband on some tropical vacation, but that's not the case this year. We We waited too long to book it. We always usually
Maybe
book
he
it
was a
pretty
gay
early
man
when
and
we
never
get
knew
like a
it.
good deal. The other thing was we were going to book it on
Just
December
kidding.
2nd. Do you guys know about December 2nd? Apparently, that's like Cyber Monday. It's like when all the rates for like places are cheap. And
Really?
December 2nd came and went. We didn't even. Alex was like, it was like the 5th. He was like, we forgot to do the December 2nd. That's why we waited so long, okay? Was because we were going to look at like flights and stuff like that on December 2nd. And then we never looked, and it was like the 5th. And he was like, we didn't look on December 2nd. I was like, damn it. That's why, specifically why we waited. Oh, well, there'll be other trips. So anyway, I know people are like, he's saying all this, and then he's going to like, no, there is no, I wish.
So
Trust me, I do.
2 years ago?
But anyway,
It was
so
a
yeah,
good
this
trip.
weekend's going to be really fun.
Done
So
with
tomorrow
your
we're going over to Alex's mom's house. The whole family's coming over there. Caroline, Mike, her son, his girlfriend, everybody's coming over there. And then Monday, my hair appointment. That's Alex's last day. He's working from home on Tuesday. Then I'm going to the meeting with Caroline. Then I'm going to the meeting with Tanya on Tuesday. Then Wednesday is Christmas Eve. I don't know if we're doing it at Alex's mom's house or his aunt and uncle's yet. I don't know. And then Christmas Day is at Caroline's. That's Thursday. And then Friday I'll be back to filming videos. The whole next week I'll be filming videos too. So I'm kind of like today, I kind of was like, you know what? Like, I would just rather spend some time with Alex and the dogs and whatever. Like, I'm not going to,
I have
it's
not
whatever.
seen his dogs in a while.
So, like, it's weird because, like, I really want to make videos, but I also feel like it would be good for me just to kind of, like, hang out with my husband while he's here and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Between now and Christmas, it may just be a slower... I know I say that, and I'll end up putting 4 videos up a day, and I'll be like, I feel so bad. No, I didn't today. I just filmed my drama video. So, my drama video today was a Q&A all about sobriety. It ended up being 55 minutes long, and I swear I got to the end of it, and I was like, I would have kept on going, but I was like, this video is so long already. And I still had so many questions to do on there. But anyway, I might do another one. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a whole series this week. It'll just be all that. So yeah, so that was today. Last night, we went to dinner to Capri, which is like one of our favorite restaurants here in town. My aunt and uncle, so for like Christmas Eves, is it Christmas Eve that we would do that? Was towards when they got... Because my aunt would do Christmas Eve or like younger, but like as they got older, when my mom had passed away, well, when Alex really entered the picture, it was kind of like when we started doing it because my mom was gone and whatever. My aunt and uncle would take all of us out to dinner on Christmas Eve. For the first couple years,
Almost over. Sorry about the commercial.
Give big, save big at
Oh, this one I
Nordstrom
can't
Rack.
skip it.
Ooh, big gift energy.
The biggest gifts and the biggest deals up to 70% off.
Okay, skipped it. Sorry.
what is this? Somebody's birthday dinner. Oh. When my phone did the update, can we just talk about this update again? When my phone did the update, like I had it silenced on there before, but like Alex and I, our calendars merged. Well, I don't put anything on my calendar. Nothing. Like I use a written calendar. But now Alex's calendar is merged with my calendar. So like I get all these notices all day long. Like lunch with Judy Smith, 2:00. I'm like, who is Judy? I'm like, oh, this is Alex's thing. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. I'm like, can I make it out here through the whole video with these sandals, or do I need to go get my boots? I mean, it would definitely be more comfortable in my boots.
My
Boots,
boots.
scoot, and boogie.
Boots,
Oh, last night we went to
boogie.
Capri. We went to 2 couples. So we always have Christmas, like do a Christmas dinner with them.
If you can
But
see
they're
what he's
also
wearing
the
right
ones
now,
that we travel with.
you
They
die
were-
laughing.
we were trying to plan another trip to
plain
Fort Lauderdale last
t-shirt,
night, but
hat.
the one couple, so they all have kids. Our one friend, it's the guy that every time we get together, he has a whole podcast studio. He set up this whole podcast studio. He wants to do a podcast so bad. Originally, he wanted to do a podcast about movies, okay? Melissa and I were going to do a podcast. We still talk about it, but it's like she is so busy with stuff, and I am like 8 channels and the dogs and whatever. And so we still want to do it, but it's like that was years ago now. We just don't know. We wanted to do a horror movie podcast called The Boogeyman Besties. We don't know if that's going to happen. We always talk about it like it's going to, but who knows? Anyway, so he's been wanting to do this podcast with me forever. Like every time we get together, he's so fun. This is our one friend's husband. I love. And so he is so fun. And we just we always sit next to each other at all these dinners, and we're just like, oh, the whole time. And so, at first he wanted to do like a movie one. He's real into doing like watching movies and critiquing them. Who is he telling me? It's the podcast he listens to, but it's like 2 guys it's called like the Rewatchers or something. They like rewatch movies, and then they'll like give their like critique on it based on like having rewatched it. I'm gonna have to text him and ask him what it's called, because I can't remember what it's called. But he like loves this podcast. Everybody's talking about podcasts.
He does love that.
30-minute mark. I went inside and I put my boots on.
Okay, so you hit the 30-minute mark.
Alex was like changing from one show to the next, and I go, I said, what show are you watching? Because it looked like medical stuff on TV. And he said, well, I just finished an episode. I'm starting another one, but I can stop if you're done. We can watch our shows. And I said, no, I've got about a half an hour left. And he said, okay, so what are you watching? He called it The Odyssey or something. He said he watched like the first half of the season. It came out like earlier this year. He always watches these shows I've never heard of. I told him last night, I said, you got to watch The Pit. The Pit is coming out. Like, he goes, I know. It's on my list. He watches these shows I've never heard of before. Well, first of all, he loves, like, all the Spanish shows. Like, he and his whole family, they have, like, so many times gone back and watched that. It's Ugly Betty, but it's the original version. They go back and he watches the episodes from the beginning. Oh, what were Alex and I talking about last night? You know, okay, so for a long time, like, after I saw Schitt's Creek, because he's seen it so many times, and Gossip Girl, we would like watch every episode of Schitt's Creek all the way through every season, and then we would start over again. So I was like, we need a new show like that. Like when we're in between shows that we can watch episodes. He's like, okay, what? And so I was telling him that on Acorn TV, I think I have all the DVDs, but who wants to break out DVDs when you got streaming, right? So I was like, Absolutely Fabulous is on there. I said, have you seen all of them? He goes, I remember back in the day when I would go out, they would like show episodes in bars because they used to show Absolutely Fabulous. I remember like Absolutely Fabulous watch shows in bars. And then me and my friends, we would also watch episodes. I think they were on Sunday nights. We would watch episodes like at all drink before we went out, like at my one friend's apartment. I don't know how I remember this. They lived in these apartments called the Culture Flats. We would all go over there and like there was like 20 of us that would watch Absolutely Fabulous and we would all go out. But I said, we should watch Absolutely Fabulous all the way through. I said, it's fantastic. We should watch it. So we might do that. But anyway.
I am Invictus. I am. I am. I am. Invictus. And discover Invictus Victory Absolute, the new fragrance by Rabanne.
By Rabanne. Yeah, I do like me some Rabanne. He always smells good, too. He talks about his fragrances all the time. Come on, why won't this play? Play, damn it, play. Work with me. All right. Wheel, hails bells. Here we go.
Hey, y'all. Let's get this festive function started with our first game.
There we go.
So he hasn't watched All Her Fault, The Beast and Me. I told him, I said, you would love Malice. Hasn't watched Malice. He's not interested in any of the BritBox shows. So anyway, but my friend, he wants to do this podcast together. So last night he threw like all these different ideas to me at podcasts. He's like, I've got the whole studio, blah, blah, blah. He's got his really cool office downtown. It's like right downtown. And so he's like, he does like image consulting and he has like all this creative like marketing stuff. And so he has like this whole podcast thing in case people need to use a podcast studio. He's like, I built it myself. It's so cool. It is really cool. He's showing me pictures of it. He's like, we already have a studio for a podcast. We just need to come up with our concept. Like, let me add one more thing to it. He's like, I've got the recording studio there. We can just like film it and we can start a YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, a ninth YouTube channel. He's like, well, yeah. So anyway, so we're trying to come up with a concept. I talked about this like a year ago. We're still trying to come up with a concept. But anyway, so it was me and Alex, he and his wife. So they have 3 kids. It's hard to like plan trips because they're all, like both couples, like the other couple, their son is going to be 2 and their other son's going to be 5. That's the couple that Alex married. Like he was their officiant for their wedding. And the other couple, their daughter is 13 and all kids are in a lot of sports. Their son is 10 and then their youngest son is 6 and they're in a lot of sports. So we don't get to see all these people very often. And my friend that's on the podcast, he's in a band too. So he plays in a lot of places around here. We have a lot of friends in bands. Anyway, so it was really nice. And Capri is like, it's interesting because it's been around forever. So when you go there, it's like a lot of like families, older couples, things like that go there every year. Oh, this is what I was going to say about my Aunt Kathy. So my Aunt Kathy and Uncle Dave, like on Christmas Eve, would always take all of us out to dinner. And then we would like go back to her house or whatever for, piece of decadent chocolate cake and coffee. Probably a scotch and soda for my Aunt Kathy. But anyway, she drinks scotch and soda, scotch and water is what she drank. Anyway, what was it she drank? Because my dad would always make fun of it. Because it was like a cheap scotch, I think. Dewar's is what my aunt drank. Anyway, I don't know anything about scotch. I was never a scotch drinker. Anyway, but so for years we went to Fleming's. And then I don't know, maybe it was when Fleming's closed, which it's now a Brazilian steakhouse. We haven't been there yet. It looks good though. But I mean, that's a hard restaurant for me to go to as a vegetarian. But anyway, but we would go to Capri, like I think the last Christmas Eve.
Capri. Hold on.
At T. Rowe Price, we can guide you with the right solutions to help bring your retirement dreams to life.
We went to Capri with my aunt and uncle.
Fun.
Would that have been right? Maybe, yeah, I think so. Anyway, Capri has fireplace. There's like a fireplace in each room when you walk in. It's amazing. It's all Italian. Alex got lasagna and he got a Caesar salad. I got a wedge salad. We got mozzarella sticks. Oh my God, the mozzarella sticks were so good. We got mozzarella sticks for the table, and then they got calamari, which Alex can't eat shellfish, and I don't eat fish or anything, so they ate that. And then Alex got a Caesar and lasagna. The lasagna is like this big. And then I got a wedge salad with no bacon. It was so, so good. I'm not a big tomato person, but on wedge salads, like those little cherry tomatoes cut up in half, I love. And then I asked her, she said, we can make you anything make it vegetarian. But I was like, okay, which one's your favorite? And it was like a creamy tomato sauce with rigatoni, and then it had like mushrooms and onions in it. It was delicious. It was so good. And then they had bread on the table. The bread was okay, just bread rolls. And then at the end, they got our friend, the podcast wife, she got for the whole table, they're like some kind of donuts that had like jelly inside of them, and then they're like warmed up and you dip them in something. I think it's kind of like some Italian dessert. They were okay. I just was like full at that point. I'd eaten so much. I had like 2 dinner rolls, even though they weren't fantastic. 2 mozzarella sticks, a whole salad. The salad was huge. I could have eaten the salad for a dinner salad. Anyway. So then we came home, and I took the dogs out, and then Alex went upstairs, and then they ran upstairs with him. And then I was like, do you want to watch something, whatever? He's like, I'm really tired. He's like, I'm just going to sit here and look at TikToks. I said, okay. So then I went downstairs, and then he was like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm reading my advent calendar books, because I made a cup of coffee. I was like, I'm going to read. I was like really wanting to take a nap, and I was like, because I had a cup of coffee at dinner too. Well, they were all having dessert, and I was like, if I have another cup of coffee, I won't be able to fall asleep. Well, I finished my advent calendar books, and I went upstairs. I actually finished them quick. Oh, I had started some of them, I think, earlier, did I? Maybe the chapters were shorter last night. I don't know, but I finished them in like an hour and 20 minutes last night or something like that. Maybe it was 2 hours, I don't know. But I went upstairs to lay down, and Alex, like as soon as I lay down, Alex went to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know what time it was, but I set my alarm for like, it must have been like 11, because I set my alarm for like 12:30, and I ended up waking up at 1:15. And the dogs were like asleep. And I like got up, and I was like, and they woke up, and then they were like wiggle toes, and they were ready to go. So I took them outside. Alex slept through the night. So I got up, and by that point, I was at dinner. Tanya forgot I was doing dinner. And so she texted me, and she was like, hey, can Alex bring you over here? You can take an Uber. We can go to Meijer and go like around like Walmart and Meijer and stuff like that and see Christmas lights, and then I'll bring you home. I was like, I'm at that dinner. Do you know? And she was like, oh, I totally forgot about the dinner. So then Tanya last night, I talked to her when I got up. She was still up at 1:15. So I talked to Tanya for a long time. And, but that would have been fun last night too, to go to the Meijer and the Walmart, and could have got some Christmas shopping done, I guess. But anyway, we had a really nice time at dinner last night. It was funny, like, now that I, like, everything in my closet I can fit into, like, it's weird, like, what I go to. Like, I wore this gray sweater. It was just a plain gray sweater with a crew neck on it last night. You know I love, like, the collar out, but I also love very much, like, I don't know, it's a very preppy look, but it also kind of, I don't know, it looks like every character that's a detective in these English shows that I watch. So I wore, like, this, like, green, was like a very pale gray, like a light, mossy kind of green. button-down collared shirt, and then I had a sweater over it, and I just like, you could just see the collar. I didn't button it all the way. You just you could see the collar. And then I wore jeans, and then I wore my black Oxfords. I did my hair last night. We didn't take any pictures last night. We should have. But anyway, I feel like I can never do my hair anymore. You know, I have a scar from the accident that runs, I've shown it to you guys before, but my hair grows weird now. I used to always like part my hair like right here, but now because of the scar, it just is like, it always sits weird, and like this part is, I don't know. That's why I like just, I mean, I've always preferred wearing hats in the last couple years, but I don't really know what to do with my hair. When I get my hair cut on Monday, I'm gonna be like, do I need to grow it out long? Not long, but I'm thinking like a little bit longer, like, just like an inch or something like that, or two. Or do I need to go shorter? Like, I don't really know what to do with my hair at this point. Or do I just keep it the same? I really, to be honest with you, unless we go to dinner, like, I never do my hair. Or, like, out somewhere. Like, even, like, tomorrow, I'll probably wear a hat. Well, our one friend's husband, not the podcast guy, the other one, he had a hat on last night. So I could have worn a hat to dinner. But this place is kind of dressy. I was kind of surprised. But he had been, like, working outside all day and stuff like that. So, oh, they were running late because their babysitter was late. And so he was like outside doing like something with the Christmas lights, he was telling us. And he was like, my hair got all messed up, so I just threw on a hat at the last minute. But anyway, it's interesting, like I go a lot of places now, and like when we go out to dinner, I'll be like, this is like a nice place, like I shouldn't wear a hat, like is this like an old generational thing that I think, like you shouldn't wear a hat, you should do your hair. And then I show up there and there's like 3 or 4 guys in hats. I'm like, I could have worn my hat. But I also, like, last time that I wore my hat to something, it was I think it was Alex's friend's birthday dinner. I, like, wore, like, a nice sweater and, like, jeans and Oxfords, and I wore the hat. And I was like, does the hat look stupid? He goes, it doesn't go with the outfit. He was like, but it looks fine. He's like, but it doesn't go with the outfit, you know? So anyway, I just don't like to do my hair. I always like when I look at it anymore. Back in the day, I always be like, oh, my hair looks cute. Like, I don't feel like that. Every time I do maybe it's the products I'm using. Although I'm using the same products I've always used. I don't know. Like, I need something different.
There is no limitation we won't challenge completely. In the next generation, GMC Terrain AT4. Professional grade.
Watch the #1 family movie in America.
I will not be afraid.
Are you ready for a great adventure?
I will not be.
David, buy tickets now.
All the gay guys now are doing, like, the mullet. Do you see that? Should I get a mullet?
Yes.
I don't love it. I have to tell you, like, I don't love the mullet I just don't. Have you seen this? Like, a lot of gay guys are doing, like, it's shaved on the side and then it's, like, a longer mullet. I don't love it. I don't know why. Anyway, it would look horrible on me. I mean, I've seen a couple guys, I'm like, oh, that kind of looks nice. I kind of like, well, not nice, but it looks kind of fun or whatever. You know, especially when they wear like a hat, I kind of like it, but like, it would look horrible on me. Every time I think about stuff like that, I'm always like, peter down. Like, then you'll be a month and you'll have to have another haircut and then you'll be stuck. But I wear a hat every day anyway. So last night, after I talked to Tanya, I got started on my stuff so late. Wasn't going to watch Knives Out because Alex wanted to watch it. So I was like, okay, what am I going to watch? So I am so into The Bay. It was interesting because I got a comment on my vlog last night. You know, I can go back and look at other comments that people leave. And somebody said something about, oh my God, something about like, you're talking about Shetland again. I love Shetland. Shetland is probably the best show that I watch throughout the year. But then I was like, do I talk about Shetland a lot? And I kind of like looked at the comment, and one of the last comments that was left was something like, none of the shows or movies that you watch you like. You don't like any, but I'm like, well, I've talked about how much I like Shetland. So what is it? Do I not like anything I talk about, or do I talk about that too much? Anyway, I love Shetland. You should watch Shetland. Shetland's fantastic. But I think better than Happy Valley, I almost kind of like The Bay better. Although the second season of The Bay, well, here's the thing. Something massive happens in the second season of The Bay, like halfway through. And then I looked online to see why they did it. And you find out that the main character from The Bay leaves after the second season. The thing about it is, I was worried about that with Shetland. Like, Shetland, I think it's like season 7 or 8. Like, the main detective leaves and a new detective comes on. I talked about it on here. I was really worried about it. I was really worried, like, I'm not going to like this. But it worked. And I like the new detective. So it was a male detective, and now it's a female detective that's like the main character. I really like it. I like her. It's like, it's different, but it's not better or worse. I just really like her and her storyline. So I don't know, because now in the second season, I'm almost done with the second season of The Bay. I have 2 episodes left. I really like the main character. Her name's Lisa. And I really like her kids and her storyline, her mom and everything like that. But she's going to leave. And I think she's going to leave because she's worried that she's got to be there for her kids. It's getting too dangerous. Her ex comes into the picture.
This is Marvin. He has multiple myeloma. Since diagnosis, he's had 47 doctor appointments, 66 injections, 1,804 pills. And then, his first relapse. Marvin and his doctor chose Carvicti, the only...
But I'm like, is it going to work? Like, now I'm kind of like, the second season of The Bay I don't like as well as the first, but I still love it. So, what was I going to watch last night? Well, there's so many shows that I want to watch. Oh, there's the mail. The guy that does our mail, they like sent this email out that he had to have like another surgery or something. And he's like out for a while or something. So everybody's getting cards together and stuff. Laura like commented about it and then said something to me about like she wants to get some stuff together. So we're going to work on that, getting some stuff together for the mail guy. He's so nice. But anyway, yeah, like this is going to be fun. I can't wait to see Jesse and Fufu and Cruz tonight. Well, I think it'd be really fun. I said to Alex right before I came out here, I said, are you still wanting to go over to your mom's tonight? He's like, well, we can't. Like the later the day gets and he starts getting tired, he's like, he wants to stay at home, you know? He's like, we can if you want, we can see. The problem is if we don't make a decision now, by like 9:30 I'll be tired and I won't want to do it anymore. But no, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to go over there. I think it'd be fun to go surprise him at the airport and stuff. But Alex will be like, so we're going to go all the way to the airport and then all the way back to my mom's house. We'll just go to my mom's house. But I think it would be fun. Anyway, I mean, that's kind of Christmassy to me. You know what I mean? But then tomorrow night, we'll probably be over there late. So I'm going to try to get my vlog done. The only reason I wouldn't vlog tomorrow would be if for some reason I sleep in super late and I just don't have time to get the vlog done. There's going to be all kinds of food there at his mom's house tomorrow night. So I can't imagine, and it's at 4. We usually go to brunch at 2. So I can't imagine that we're going to go to brunch first. So instead of going to brunch, I'll just film my vlog. But if for some reason the timing gets messed up or whatever, I might get up earlier tomorrow. Then I might film more than just my vlog. If that's the case, then don't worry about it. But I will put up something tomorrow in the community tab in the Vloggerinos group if I'm not going to film. I will also, I just want to give like a preface to this. I will also do that on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And well, New Year's Eve, I shouldn't have a problem doing it. And New Year's Day, I shouldn't have a problem because we won't go anywhere. So New Year's Eve and New Year's Day should be fine. If I can make it through Christmas and not miss a vlog, baby, bang! I made it from August 25th all the way. Did I miss one recently? Look, it just went on. Have I missed one? I feel like I missed one not too long ago. Or did I end up filming one late at night? Because I'm kind of thinking about doing that for Christmas. Like either the 23rd going into Christmas Eve or the Christmas Eve going to Christmas Day. I'm thinking about like pre-filming a vlog so I don't miss it. I feel like I just did that not too long ago. Was that for Thanksgiving? Did I miss Thanksgiving? I don't remember. Anyway.
Well,
I like to listen to people's conversations when they're walking, talking to each other down the street. Sirius radio. Got rid of all that. There was no point in having it. I know people are going to be like,